gearbox and inverter, and we route that through the battery pack. In cold weather, what actually happens is that, it's a little maybe hard to see, but there are actually louvers at the front. So you'll notice first of all that there's actually a very small air intake at the front, and the heat exchangers are actually on the sides. And in cold weather we close the louvers. So that, and we actually close that circuit so that we're not dumping any heat into the environment. All the heat from the motor, the inverter, and the gearbox is routed through the pack to warm the pack up, and the pack is under the car, which is then insulating the cabin and supporting the cabin heat. So the car's degradation in cold weather is not at all how it was characterized in the New York Times article. And I take exception to your comments because the data from the car does not lie. The reason we opposed that article was not because it was a bad review. If we opposed every bad review, I would have nothing else to do with my time. Okay. The reason we opposed it is because it was a false review, not because it was a bad review. And there's not merely one way to know that it's false. There are several. Okay, you can look at the data from the actual test drive. You can repeat the test drive. You can repeat the test drive in colder weather with the lights on. I mean, it's like Dr. Seuss Green Eggs and Ham. You know, it's wrong this way. It's wrong that way. There are several ways to show that it is false, not merely one.
Yeah. Charge it at home. And if I travel in Europe, I go to charging stations. Who pays for the energy?
Tesla pays for the energy for the supercharging stations.
So I can drive throughout Europe without paying for.
That's right.
You can do that in California now.
Yes, exactly. You can do that in California, Nevada, and all the way from Massachusetts to Virginia right now.
Unlimited.
That's correct. Unlimited.
Forever.
Forever. It's not a short-term thing. Forever.
Yeah, forever. For free. On sunlight.
Yes, exactly. An important point worth making is we're putting solar panels over all the supercharging stations, and the deal with the highway rest stop is that we will always generate more energy over the course of a year than we consume. So it's net energy positive. Yeah, exactly. It certainly helps us sell a lot of cars, and the actual operating costs of the supercharging stations are very low. Otherwise, we wouldn't be able to do this.
Consider a non-Falcon door option, at least for Europe, to put our skis and snowboards on top. That would be really awesome. And Elon, please get some sleep. You look really tired. We need really late Tesla car, so get some rest, dude.
Rest would be good, actually.
He arrived at 7 o'clock this morning.
Yeah, I flew overnight, so that's why. I mean, it's like 3 a.m. in California or something like that right now. So we do have a solution for skis for the Model X, I should say. So and this, I should say, is the prototype design. So we're going to make refinements of this, but I do want to commit that you will absolutely be able to transport your skis in the production Model X, no problem. Sure. We're going to make some announcements about the Supercharger actually tomorrow, about some of the first ones that'll be in Europe. But I can say within certainly continental Europe, you'll be able to go. I'm sorry, I think basically from.
Be careful.
Okay.
Be careful. See, I have to deliver them.
Right. I tell you what, rather than me go and do an off-the-cuff statement, we'll come out with a more considered statement. But I can say there will be significant supercharger deployment in Europe this year. So you will be able to use the superchargers in this year for many of the common routes within continental Europe.
Yes. That's the right answer.
Yeah. Right-hand drive is coming out early next year, so that's why the UK will have the superchargers in the UK early next year.